If you're anything like me, you know that after a tough leg workout, that the next 2 days are gonna be pretty brutal. But what if I told you that for under $200, you could have a high quality pair of compression boots and be on your way to better recovery without having to drop a mortgage payment in order to get them? Introducing the Sharper Image Air Compression Boots. Do they really stack up to the big, more expensive name brand options though? Today I'm gonna break down who they're for, how they feel, what they do, and if I think this is a worthy investment or not. Let's dive into it. I've owned these boots for close to a year now, so I've had plenty of time to really put them to the test. When it comes to the packaging, it's really nicely done. You open up the box, you have the image of someone using it here and kind of some different things mapped up on the top about usage and storage. On the left side here, you actually have your boots. So when you open this up, they're folded up, super easy. They get nice and compact in here. You put those in there and close that up. And then on the right side, you have your controller and your accessories. So this is going to be your main interface panel. And then in here, you have the cord that'll hook up to it. And then you have the attachment that attaches from this directly into the boots so that the air can continue through. The reason that I've held onto this box for the past year is because everything really does go back in here super easily. And there's a handle on top, which makes it really easy to just pack this up and bring it with you. It's only about 1.5 feet in each direction, so it's pretty compact, it's pretty light, and you can really bring this wherever you want to go. Now, if you did get rid of the box or didn't want to use it for any reason, there's also a clip that allows you to clip these two sleeves together, and there's buckles on each sleeve so that when you roll them up, they stay together, and you can pick them up and carry them with you, and this will take up even less space than that 1.5 by 1.5 feet. The only thing that you would have to account for is also packing up the control box. When it comes to overall build quality, these things are heavy duty. They have really nicely done stitching. I don't have any fraying or any imperfections there. The zipper is very easy to use, and it even has this kind of bungee feature that goes all the way down, which I would assume is to take some of the stress off the actual stitching as these expand and contract. I don't see these wearing out anytime soon. After a full year of use, there's really no signs of imperfection. So overall, I'm impressed with how they're built. Everything's pretty self-explanatory of how it plugs in. You have a power cord that attaches to the back of the unit that plugs into the wall. And then you have this piece here, which will clip right in. And then you'll go ahead and you'll take each sleeve and clip those right into this platform, and that's gonna have the air flowing through. There's only really one way to put them in and out. If I try and put them in backwards, they're not gonna fit, they're not gonna clip in. So they're pretty foolproof. There is a button here, kind of locks it in place, so you won't be able to pull these out accidentally in the middle of a session, which is nice. But overall, setting it up is pretty easy and straightforward. Getting in and out of the sleeves is also fairly straightforward. Just put your leg in, reach down to that zipper, zip them all the way up, and I'm pretty much good to go here. Now, the hardest part that I could see is if you're someone who's less flexible, being able to reach down and get that zipper might be a little bit of a problem, but the solution to that is these things aren't filled with air yet. So if I really had to bend my leg, reach down, zip it up halfway, put my leg down, and then finish zippering it, I don't see that being a problem, especially because when this unit is done, it actually vacuums all the air out, so it fully deflates these. This is how they look when you finish your session. Your session may finish at the 10-minute mark, and then it takes another minute to 2 to just suck all that air out. So if I was going to take these off now in the same situation, if I could only reach to my knee, I could do that there, and then finish zippering like that in order to get them off. Pretty easy. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this unit on, get a cycle started up. The thing that I really like is how quiet this is. So if you're watching TV, if you're having a conversation, this is it for noise. It's really minimal. It's like a pretty dull hum, so it really doesn't interrupt whatever you're doing. When you look at the interface system initially, it looks a bit confusing, but honestly, it's pretty straightforward and easy to use. To turn the unit on, you're just gonna hold this orange button down here. Then you can go ahead and cycle through how much time you want. So there's a 10-minute mode, a 20-minute mode, and a 30-minute mode. The next button is going to take you through the program. So there's 5 programs there. There's pulse, gradual, sequence, zones, and then manual if you only wanted to hit certain parts of your legs. And then the last button here is going to be the pressure. So the little icon at the bottom shows the pressure, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I haven't made it past the 3rd setting. It does go up to 5. At 3, it's really squeezing your legs hard, which is pretty impressive because that's kind of the biggest complaint that you see in a cheaper version of leg compression sleeves, is that they don't have enough compression. But I can imagine that 5 is extremely intense because when I get to 3, I'm pretty much tapping out. Now, let's talk about some of the cons. See, the only real downside that I see with these leg sleeves is that there's no add-ons. So there's no arm sleeves, there's no hip attachments or anything like that. These are just gonna be your standard leg sleeves. They do come in 2 different sizes. There's a small medium and a large extra large, and there's a diagram that they provide in order to measure so you can find exactly what size is gonna be the right fit for you. The other thing I'll say is it is a little bit of a process to get these set up and to get in and out of the boots, so you might not use them quite as much as you think, which is why I think this is a really great option when you look at the overall features and quality of these sleeves. Now, I feel a lot better personally spending $200 on something that I'm not going to use super consistently than spending $1,000 plus and regretting that purchase and feeling like I really do have to get in these every single day to get my money's worth. In summary, I honestly love these boots. Normatecs feel like they're overkill for the average person, while these on the other hand, they're affordable, they're super high quality, and they work really well. I will say this though, this isn't a magic pill type of fix, and that's where some people might be disappointed. After a leg day, your legs are still going to be a little bit sore, but these will definitely help and impact and speed up that recovery process. I would not hesitate to buy these again, and I'm very happy with this purchase. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't yet, and I'll see you in the next video.